Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I would do a kind of summer makeup, bronze and glowy makeup tutorial for y'all, so that's what we're gonna do today. And with that being said, we'll just get going. Ooh. Okay, so first going in, I'm obviously going to use a primer, and for primer I have this guy from E.L.F. This is the Blemish Control Face Primer. I'm using this because I've been going through a phase, oh my goodness, the hiccups, y'all. This phase of breaking out really bad. So I picked up this guy, and you can get this for like $8 or something like that. Wow, at Walmart. So we're just going to get started. My face is already washed and moisturized using the E.L.F. moisturizer. The smell is not great, but this is one of my favorite primers because it does help. It does help in treating your acne if you have any, as well as, I know it looks a little bit red right now, but in muting down the redness on your face. So it, wow, y'all, wow. The hiccups are for real today. Now just going a little bit more on my forehead. I for sure need to get a new bottle of this because it is, this one's pretty old. I'd say this one's probably about 6 months old. Okay, just wiping that off of my hands. Oh, wow, the hiccups are for real today. Goodness. Okay, now that primer is on, let's go in with foundation. And I'm actually going to use my holy grail. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte Liquid Foundation Oil Control in the shade 505 Ivory, just so you can kind of see what that looks like. Camera's still not focusing very good today, but that's okay. We'll survive. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on my brush. Give a couple of swipes. Now this shade is a little bit dark, but since I want something a little bit kind of bronzy and glowy for this tutorial, I don't really mind if the shade's dark. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead, take my mirror right here and go ahead and get this blended in. Well, buffed in, but y'all know what I mean. Nice thing about this foundation is it does blend nice. There's not a ton of streakiness, and even though this is an oil controlling kind of matte finish foundation, it does go on very nice, and it leaves you with a very healthy glow. So I mean, it's not like you'll look like a dry, cakey mess. Unless you like have super dry skin as it is, I mean, then you may look a little bit cakey, because you know, this is a matte foundation, so it's obviously more intended for somebody who has oily skin, maybe suffers with acne or cystic acne or something like that. But if you just have like normal skin or normal to oily, or just very minimally dry skin, then this will probably look fine, and it should give you that nice, healthy, lit from within glow. Okay, so as you can see, the coverage is not amazing, but I'm going for more of a natural, dewy, glowy look today, so I don't really mind that. What I am gonna do though is take this dry sponge and then kind of just go over the areas that are a little bit, teeny bit streaky, just to make it look a little bit more natural. So just kind of going around the cheek area, then going over here. Up to the forehead, down to the chin, sides of the nose. This is the AOA Studio Paw Paw Liquid Concealer. This is in the shade Porcelain. This is the $1 website makeup site that I was referring to in my past couple of... I just threw the lid on the ground. Way to go, Abby. Way to go. So we're just gonna get this going. And I hate the little pointed applicator, so I'm just going to use my finger to get it underneath my under eyes, and then I'll just blend it out with a brush. So as you can see, it is kind of taking away the darkness on my under eyes. It's just not, it's not full coverage, which that's not what we're going for today. So I'm gonna take it up here to the eyelid, cancel out any redness or discoloration. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and prime the eyes. We're just gonna use the same thing we used last week. This is the AOA Studio Wonder Cover Concealer, and this is just the white one. So we're going to get that going on the eyelids. And I'm just going to use my finger to apply, or to cover the lid with it, I should say. Probably could have used a little bit more, but I'm not super worried about it today because our eye look is going to be very minimal, just nice and bronzed and glowy. Okay, so now that we were able to get that abrasive orange that failed off of my base, I'm going to go back with this cooler tone brown and just very lightly go on the outer part of my face to bronze. And I think I might actually just do that with a sponge. Well, no, let's not do that with a sponge because I don't want to make the same mistake I did before. I think I might actually take some of that up here, down here, give a nice shadowed effect. Going over here. And going up here, down here. Might take a little bit on this fluffier brush right here, and we'll go down here under the lip. Now I'm going to go in with blush, and for blush, I actually like this thing that we used last week, so I'm going to use it again today. This is the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade 25. It's just a nice neutral pinky shade, and it gives kind of that lit from within glow that I like. So I've got my blush brush here. I'm gonna wipe off any excess and go in towards the apples of my cheeks and then kind of upwards. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just giving a really nice flushed look. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the eyes since they're already primed. And for the eyes, I'm gonna use this palette from Milani. This is the Milani Bold Obsessions palette, and you can see that on the inside, there are just these really pretty kind of warmer toned shades up here. And I do wanna keep a very simple eye, glowy but simple, so we're just gonna do that. So let me go ahead and get my fluffy blending brush, which is a place that is yet to be seen. Okay, right here. And then I guess let's start off with this nice little transition shade right here. And we'll take that into the crease. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with that shade right next to it, that deeper kind of orange shade, and I'm going to take this other little brush right here. I'm gonna go in here and then I'm gonna take it a little bit underneath that, still in the crease, but just a little bit under that beginning transition shade. Just a little bit under that beginning transition shade. Let me move to the other hand so I can use my good eye to see where I'm applying it. Just a little bit under where I applied that original transition shade. I got where I didn't want it, doesn't really matter because again, bronze and glowy, and that's a bronze shade, so it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, so now, final step for the eyes, we're gonna go in with this shimmer shade right here, right there. And I'm gonna take that, not all over the lid, but just on the parts where no eyeshadow got, so. Go into the other side now. so what I'm gonna do now is go in with mascara. I'm not gonna go crazy on the mascara because again, bronze and glowy, not going for red carpet. So for mascara, I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild Mega Volume. I believe this is an older one. However, I still like it. I think it's still nice. It's a very natural mascara. It's not super volumizing at all. At least I don't find it to be. So we'll just go ahead and get it on. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'll go in with the Physicians Formula, and I think this is the Eye Booster. Yeah, Physicians Formula Eye Booster Waterproof Ultra Fine Liquid Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Blackest Black. Not gonna do a wing, I'm just going to very lightly line the upper lash line. So now what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take my flat liner brush and then take that orangey kind of bronze shade right there in the middle of the top row, and I'm gonna take it to the lower lash line. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take this kind of reddish shimmer shade right here. And then I'm going to take that very lightly from the middle to the outer corner. Okay, so for this next step, it's not typically something I really ever do, but because we're going for more of like a bronze kind of look, maybe we better just go ahead and do some brows. So for brows, I'm gonna go in with an LA Colors brow stick. If I could find it, let me find it first. Okay, here we go. LA Colors brow stick. This is super old, but it's, you know, it works for my brows. And again, because we're not going with like a super bold brow or anything, we're going with kind of like a natural bronze look. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna kind of fill in the areas that need a little bit of help. All right, that's what I need to do now. Okay, so let's see if we've got like a highlight shade in here. I don't know, could we use this as a highlight? Let's try it. Worst thing that'll happen is it doesn't work. And if it doesn't, you know, then we'll just move on. So I got my highlight brush and I'm gonna go in with this little shade right here and see if that'll work for a highlight. Oh yeah, that totally works as a highlight. You see that? That is like a blinding highlight shade. I almost need to diffuse that down a little bit. Let me just get my brush right here. Okay. Now I just know to go in with a light hand. Just a little dab. And then I'm also going to take some up here to the forehead. Highlight the brow bone. I guess I'll take it kind of down here. A little bit of nose highlight. This is the Maybelline Baby. Okay, the Maybelline Baby Lips chapstick, and this is in the orange and pink one. I don't know if there's necessarily a shade on here. Well, there's a number on the thing, but it's not really a shade, so we're just gonna put this on because chapsticks tend to just match the color of your lips, so we'll try this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use some setting spray. And for that, I've got the LA Color setting spray. Helps extend makeup wear. Got this at the Dollar Tree, tested it in the last video. Do really like it, but again, don't think it's worth going and buying like 8 of these when you can just go and get the E.L.F. Makeup Mist and Set, or the matte one if you prefer like a matte finish, for just a couple of bucks, 4 or 5, and you get more in the end, so that is what I would recommend. Okay, so this is the final Bronson Glowy Summer Makeup look. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you subscribed and come back for future videos. As always, drop down in the comments what you want to see me do next. I'm open to any ideas that y'all may have, so drop them down below. But thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!